Hello everybody, and welcome back to another Nautical Tales episode, and this is the Away on Vacation episode. It's episode 19 actually. But let's get started anyways, and let's start with Apexian, who is playing a Taiho. Now, Taiho, like a Kuryu and Midway, are armored carriers, which means that when you start to shoot at them with small caliber guns, there's a good chance you're not going to do any damage. So there's a Fletcher, who has pretty much been spewing HE at Apexian for a little while, and has basically done absolutely nothing. Now, mind you, this video, at least this part of the clip, is sped up like 3 times, so yeah. The Fletcher's also missing a whole lot, so, you know, kind of poor accuracy and running into armor, just not really working out for this Fletcher. He's trying torpedoes, but big wide spreads like that doesn't really do all that well. Still shooting. Did manage to get that one fire, which did a bit of damage, but every other shot is nothing. And some of these shots are really wild, actually. They're just going straight into the water. Alright, eventually Fletcher gets a little frustrated because, you know, this carrier just isn't going down. So back to normal speed as he closes into 3 kilometers. Now he goes from shooting HE to armor piercing, and finally starts to register damage. But when you're playing a destroyer and you're chasing down Japanese carriers, always remember they do have secondaries, and they can be pretty, well, they can be pretty lethal. And he gets assassinated. Yeah, let the salt begin. Alright. Moving on, we got Soars with Eagles 2004. Fuso in a tier 8 game. Not really a lot of fun because you're bottom tier, but it doesn't mean you can't do stuff. Because you see, while you might not be effective against battleships, you are effective against cruisers. You know, their armor is still pretty paper. Myokos, Pensacola's. Hell, I mean, you could take a tier 5 and shoot at a Pensacola and you can still probably wreck them and ruin their days. So, Soars with Eagles, what does he do? Well, he could sit back, be passive and snipe, or he could just push ahead and do the best he possibly could do with, you know, whatever firepower and stuff he's got going for him. And by the way, really, really good lesson on armor angling. If you play a battleship, you gotta learn how to angle your armor because it will allow you to stay alive. And by staying alive, you can continue to do damage. And if you get broadsides, you know, you can pull off stuff like that. Goodbye Kudasov. That's quad citadel hit. And like, that's a huge amount of damage, and it's an important enemy ship that you've taken down. So, yeah. You know, angle your armor as a battleship. Don't be afraid to push sometimes. And of course, okay, when I say don't be afraid to push, you still gotta consider the situation. Like in this case, he's got a little bit of team support. Don't solo push. You know, generally that doesn't work. Okay, I say this now, but just wait. There's gonna be a clip later on, and I'm just gonna be like, damn it, I shouldn't have said that earlier, because I'm gonna be proven wrong. But anyways, normally speaking, if you're in a battleship, you want to push in with a little bit of team support, but don't be afraid to take some hits, right? As long as you're well angled, you should still be able to mitigate a lot of damage. It's amazing, right? Even as he's pushing in here, Soars is still mindful of torpedoes and where destroyers are, and actually dodging torpedo salvos. Oh, Pensacola, you don't want to do that. No, you don't want to. Ow. Ow. Triple Citadel for 32k damage. Yeah, see, that's not a good idea usually. Not at all. And then, of course, the Pensacola actually is being shot at by secondaries. And secondaries, apparently, in this particular series of clips, they're not drunk. So there you go. Close quarters expert takes down the Pensacola. But now getting focused a little bit too hard and dies. Still, tier 8 battle in a tier 6, 100,000 damage. Not bad at all. Now, this particular Nautical Tales episode has a lot of actual torpedo dodging, like all sorts. First, you got JohnDFord playing a Danae, dodging very, very decent spread by that Clemson. Good stuff, good dodge. And then, of course, we got Dragon in a Cleveland up against a Fujin. That Fujin spots him at 2 kilometers. This first dodge is amazing. Like, very, very close. Just manages. Second one, kind of, and then the third one, just like, I don't know, Fujin. Like, come on, really? You're at this close range. Really? This close. Should be pretty easy. And then, of course, not only does the Fujin not manage to land a single torpedo, then gets humiliated by secondary guns. Good job, Fujin. Good job. Alright, now Darth. Now Darth is very, very... Let's just say it takes a very unique approach to dodging torpedoes. Most people dodge torpedoes by going forwards. Well, just watch. Darth goes backwards. Very smooth. Nice and slow. Torpedoes coming in from 2 different directions. Yeah, there we go. Gets away from the first one. Sliding. Very smooth. Just nice and gentle. Back. Yeah, see? Nice way to dodge torpedoes there. CV just didn't get it. And then, of course, you got the sort of the, you know, seat of your pants kind of thing. And that's holding battle 2-3-3. And just watch. Has to get up close and personal with the Turpits because stock hull doesn't have torpedoes. Your Turpits gets torpedoes off. Watch this. Watch this. You still breathing? Still breathing? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. That's a hell of a dodge. Seriously. That's one hell of a dodge holding battle. Okay. So remember earlier I said, generally speaking, if you don't have team support, don't YOLO in there. Well, you do that in most cases, unless of course your name is Skull Vikings, then whatever, you can just totally ignore what I'm saying. See, Skull is in a Leander. Take a look at where he is. Is there any friendly ship around him? No, zero, nada, nothing. The entire enemy fleet is right in front of his face. Pretty much all of them, minus like 2 ships. They're all here. And what does he do? I mean, he can hide behind this island and maybe try to get a bit more damage because he's not running away from this enemy fleet, right? But Skull Vikings is like, no. See, I am gonna YOLO and see what happens. And by the way, British cruisers, lightly armored, usually very easy to citadel, but at close range against armor piercing like that, you know, battleships can do nothing but overpen sometimes. So yay for overpen mechanics of the Citadel. Gets out, torpedoes the first Fuso, kills off the destroyer. Actually gets a close quarters there because, you know, secondary gunner's totally not drunk. Great angles, kills off the Emerald, gets the torpedo launchers on the other side, torpedoes that Fuso. So both Fusos are now flooding. Well, yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, he's still got how many ships in front of him? He's not going to last. Puts in a few more shots, but doesn't do anything, and dies. Yep, there goes the first Fuso, because both Fusos are actually still flooding, right? And so the first Fuso goes down to flooding. That's 4 kills, and kill number 5. Kraken in a total of 80 seconds. Yeah, that was actually 80 seconds. 5 kills. Good job there. And finally, we got a replay from Curtis, who's in an Amagi against an Iowa. Now let's take a look at the map for a second, and let's talk a little bit of strategy. The other battleship on Curtis's team has died. Enemy team holds 2 caps, although one of them is being contested right now. The enemy team still has this Iowa and a single destroyer, while Curtis's team has him in Namagi, and they have 1 cruiser running off to sea. If you're in Namagi, how do you win? Think about it. Super easy. You just ram Curtis. Done. Ram the Amagi, and your single destroyer can play keep away from a cruiser all day long, and they can just trade caps, and that's the win. See, and point advantage wise right now, the points advantage is to the enemy team, and if he rams, it's done, right? I mean, this battle is done. It's simple. Just watch what this Iowa does, right? Just watch. totally stops, doesn't ram, doesn't angle, just kind of sits there, allows Curtis to go broadside, and see you later, 5 citadels. Well, you know what's coming, right? You know what's coming when that happens, right? The Iowa totally potatoed that, and then decides that, well, it's time for accusations. Yeah. Can't save some of the people out there, folks. Anyways, that pretty much does it. By the way, do keep an eye out on the very last line that the enemy player types. But that pretty much does it for this Nautical Tales episode. Hope you enjoyed it, folks. Take care, have a good one, and I'll talk to all of you again soon.